Hey everyone, and welcome back to yet another episode of Aeslung. It's been a good while since we last visited this project, but I think it's really time to start bringing it back. So without further ado, let's get this show on the road and move into the epic time lapse. So, for those of you tuning in for the first time, this is episode 15 of Aeslung. Yes, I said it. This is the 15th episode of just one part of this entire world of Elmoran. Now, this episode focuses primarily on extending the dock area around the base of the mountain and forming a beautiful frame that will really make the city stand out even more than it already does. Now, in this episode, I did build 2 homes, a storage area, a shop, and a quartermaster building. All of these are unique in their own way, and I decided to focus on having the structures kind of have a slightly darker color palette compared to the other buildings on the docks that we've already made. Now, not only does this color palette really help it look more realistic, but it also shows the difference of class structure that exists in the city. Now remember, with Aeslung, the higher up you are in the mountain, the more wealthy you are. And since the port is pretty much the lowest of the low, you can imagine that the people who reside here are not of great wealth or status. Now, another area of focus was the street level for this section. Now you'll see more pretty much in the walkthrough, but I wanted to go in for a cramped and tight street where people would be bustling to and fro, bumping into each other in an all-around chaotic area. Now you won't see much of that obviously in this time lapse because I typically don't do those additional details in the time lapses. However, you will see it in the walkthrough and it'll definitely give you a good indication of the feel and atmosphere that I'm working on. So anyways, that's about it for me. I'll keep it short and sweet. If you like the content, please consider subscribing, liking the video, and of course, commenting on what you would like to see in the future. It really does help out more than you know. Anyways, I'm going to slap on some music. I'll meet you again for the walkthrough. Stay tuned. I'll catch you soon. Alright everybody, so I hope you enjoyed that awesome time lapse, and as you can see, from the intro and everything, this is where Aeslung pretty much stopped, okay? The docks pretty much stopped last time, and it was like a hard cutoff right here, but we have this whole new section right here. We're building it out all the way around the land. As you can see here, this dock is extending outwards, and we're going to have even more. We have 4 amazing ships built by Palpable Defeat, or, Dreaming and Sound. Well, he goes by many names, but he built these awesome ships, which I will actually give a full tour on probably with him soon. It's up to him, but I think it would be really cool for the community to see. They just look absolutely awesome. They're mind-blowing. They're perfect in every way. Absolutely love them. But anyways, let's get on with this video and this walkthrough. So as you can see here, I'm trying to keep up with the theme of this thin alleyway, like this bustling street kind of thing. So once again, this little divider here was where this whole dock stopped. Like it went straight here, and then that was the dock. Like that was literally all you had. So I decided to extend that and really kind of make this dock something worth it. So you can come back here, you can see these small details of the alleyways, things like that to kind of tie it all together. We added this additional overhang on the backside of that building, which I really thought was cool. And then we added these little flower beds, which I thought was a really interesting little idea. This is using lentils and just the plants with the cobblestone dirt block. Looks really cool. But yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go from right to left and then circle back around. So this first house, you can see here, it's really simple, basic medieval house in Minecraft. We have the grass and the flower things up there. We have the small little peak. just basic stuff, but I really like the interior of this one. So as you can see here, we're gonna walk in, and this is just really cool. You have your dining area, your kitchen area, and since this is on the docks, I wanted to use a lot of like darker stone, a lot of wood, because that's all things that you could get from imports. So we have the small little like fireplace here. We have like just I guess this is a living room, but it's a dining area, just a sitting area, and it's just really cozy. Like to me, this little small form type of house is extremely comfortable and cozy. So we're gonna go up the stairs, and you can see here we have a little bit of food storage, little basic stuff here. We have this really cool like little library thing right here, just a nice little bookshelf, and then we're gonna go in here and we actually have the bedroom. So you can see the tattered curtains. Like, I mean, people in this side of the city are not necessarily wealthy. I guess you would say they're like lower middle class, essentially. But this is the bedroom. I mean, we have a bed. We have two like little a bunk bed and one full size bed, and then we have just the dressers and a mirror, just basic stuff like that. But I really like the way this room came out. It's a very small area to work with, but I think it really came out well, and I'm very, very happy about it. So then we're going to look at some of the scenery as we pass by. But we're going to go to this one. This one's really cool. This is a storehouse. So you can see here, quite literally, it stores things per the name. And yeah, we have food, we have nets, we have like crab traps and oyster traps and things like that. Just a bunch of stuff to be able to like, do what you're supposed to do right next to the water. But I really like the ceiling. Like, it all looks really cool in my opinion. Just lots of storage. I mean, that's literally all this is. We got fish hanging up. It's pretty, I mean, pretty straightforward. And it's cool because it actually kind of like meets with that the first house, which is really cool. Like kind of like touch, and it just makes it to where you can't get between them, but it just looks really cool from an overhead point of view. And then we have this really unique structure. So we're gonna go back here, and you can see we actually have like a small little game they're playing here. You could sit down and play some chess. Essentially, I mean that's what this game is. Maybe we'll come up with a different name, but either way, it's chess for now. But you have this cool little alleyway where you have a little gaming section. But this has you a very unique shape. You see here's just two rectangles half inside of each other, and it looks really cool when you come inside. So once you come inside, you can see right here you're greeted by a nice fireplace / cooking area, the small dining room. I mean, this is a very compact build, and I think it really comes out awesome. But you can see here, I mean, just like I said, food, fish, fire. Like, what more could you want? Drinks. It's like it really looks cool in my opinion. But then you come through here and you have the bedroom, and this is where, to me, I feel like it kind of shines. So you have another like work area, like more like a study, that is an open floor plan into the bedroom. But there's a lot of small details here that I think is really nice, like the shelving and things like that, the game board, the food. Like, it just, for a small area, I really tried to make it come together. We have boots, but I think it looks really cool. So there we go. There's the bedroom. Now we will move on to the fourth structure, which is this guy, which I really like as well. But once again, look at all these street details. Like, it just, if you look at it from this way, it really comes together. I might add a few smaller details, but this is really just going to be about it. And then, of course, we have the openness of the dock otherwise. But you can come around here, and we will see this. And this is a general goods store. As soon as you walk in, you can pretty much already tell, like, the small waiting area, things like that. You walk in, you have fish, you have wheels, or gears, you have, food like tobacco hanging. And this where, like, you could even say this isn't even tobacco. It could be like something that is used for like baiting fish and things like that. But here we have, like, this is supposed to be different types of bait. Okay, I had to kind of work with what I had. And yeah, so I mean, it's a general goods store. I think it looks pretty cool. If they're doing a transaction, you have your ledger to keep track of customers. No credit here, only coin. But but yeah. Oh, I messed up the broom. There we go. And then if you go up the stairs here, you will also see the small bedroom for the shopkeeper. Because once again, most people back in the day, if you did have a shop or something, you typically slept there. Like if the structure was made for it. So I think that came out really cool. But we have this very cramped, very detailed bedroom. I really like the way this came out, and it's really cool. So 2 beds, some dressers, basic stuff. And then, of course, you can look out and you can see the ocean. just don't get yourself caught on fire. And then you can even look out here and see that awesome ship that I was showing y'all earlier. So that is the general goods store. And last but not least, we're going to go around this way to the back. Once again, detailed small little section here. And the cool part about this is that, once again, it's very heavily detailed. I really like all the small things we put in these alleyways and stuff like that, but it just really helps it come alive. I wanted Aeslung to make a comeback and make it really do well with these dock areas, because I feel like these smaller builds I do better at than the larger builds, but it is what it is. Now let's go into the quartermaster's area. And this is a cool spot. So once again, you have your small little seating area, pretty straightforward, pretty simple. And then you're going to come in and you're going to see the receptionist desk. Now this is obviously where you would make appointments. You would potentially, you would pay like your docking fees and things like that for your ship and your cargo, checking your cargo, all that good stuff. We have this small little bookshelf full of probably like, I don't know, like, fishing almanacs or whatever. Like, you know how farmers have almanacs to know like when to plant and what time's best. Well, there's the same thing for like fishing in the ocean, and possibly even for weather. Here we have this small little just supply closet, pretty straightforward. And then up here, which I really think is cool, we're going to have the actual office of the quartermaster. And once again, look, we have this like map that's supposed to, you know, detail the ocean, the map of Amor and things like that. And then we have, like I said, this cool little office. And, you know, just imagine being the big guy sitting here, you know, talking. These people are pleading their case, or maybe they owe the city money and the quartermaster's like, no, well, you can't park your boat here because you're out of money. Just things like that. But I love this office. I think it comes across really cool. It's very like symmetrical in its own way. So I really like that. And yeah, I mean, I'm all for, you know, symmetrical builds. So either way, this office to me is just super, super cool. But let's just head on out here. And let me give you a quick little flyover. So yeah, this is the new section. It's definitely coming across really well. There's so much more to build, and these docks are going to continue to extend outward. So definitely stay tuned for lots more content coming from Aeslung. I'm really excited. To me, these new ways of me building and using some new techniques has really come through well in this. So I'm super excited. And look, like, I forgot, I have a cape now. It was for the migrating account or whatever. But either way, it's still kind of cool. So now I'm like flying legendary porpoise, even more so now, super porpoise. Either way, thank you everyone for tuning in and watching this video. Thank you to all of my Patreon subscribers and my YouTube members. Names are up on there. I always thank you so much for supporting me and helping this channel. And if anybody else would like to, obviously links are in below, but at the same time, you don't have to, don't feel obligated. But thank you just for watching this video. Share it with anybody you like, give it a thumbs up, comment, all that good stuff. Let's push this YouTube algorithm and really push this channel to the forefront. But this is the Legendary Porpoise signing off. I hope all of you have a good day, happy gaming, and I'll catch you again for the next time.